Engagement Summit on Power Sector Reforms in Nigeria. I commend the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee for creating this platform for meaningful engagement on critical issues affecting the future of the nation's electricity supply industry. Let me state from the outset that Transmission Company of Nigeria welcomes this engagement wholeheartedly. We are here not merely as invited participants, but as committed partners in Nigeria, energy transition and economic development. We have nothing to conceal and everything to present a record of genuine progress, hard-earned achievements, and the kind of transparent, evidence-based account that reflects our unwavering commitment to nation service. Nigeria deserves reliable electricity. TCN is determined to deliver it. This summit, if it concludes with concrete, prioritized, and enforceable resolutions, has the power to accelerate that outcome in ways that will benefit every Nigerian household, enterprise, and institutions. Our strategic role in the electricity supply industry, the transmission network is the backbone of Nigeria's power supply and one of the most critical enablers of national development. It is the network of high-tension transmission lines and substations that connects power generation to distribution load centers, facilitating the movement of bulk electricity across vast distances and ensuring that energy produced from one part of the country can be delivered efficiently and reliably to distribution load centers of electricity distribution companies nationwide. As the operator and custodians of the nation's network, the Transmission Company of Nigeria occupies a unique and strategic position within the Nigerian electricity supply industry, NESI, serving as central platform that integrates generation and distribution into a single coordinated system. The importance of transmission extends beyond the movement of electricity. A resilient transmission system strengthens energy security, improves the efficiency of power delivery, enhances grid stability, supports market growth, and facilitates regional power exchange and provides the foundation required for long-term economic development. Recognizing this responsibility, the Transmission Company of Nigeria has remained steadfast in its commitment to build a stronger, more resilient, and enhanced transmission network. Over the years, our focus has been on expanding network capacity, reinforcing critical infrastructure, modernizing our operations, improving system reliability, and positioning the transmission network to meet the growing energy demands of a rapidly developing nation. Despite the numerous challenges confronting the power sector, TCN has continued to record substantial progress in expanding, strengthening, and modernizing the national transmission network. Through deliberate planning and strategic investment, we have continued to improve transmission capacity and operational performance. Setting the record straight, what data actually shows. Before presenting TCN achievements, I wish to address a common misconception that transmission is the primary constraint in Nigeria's electricity sector. The facts tell a different story. According to NAC's February 2026 operational fact sheet, Nigeria's installed generation capacity is 13,625 megawatts. However, the highest power ever generated and delivered to the national grid was 5,801.84 megawatts, which was recorded on 4th March 2025. On the same day, TCN also achieved record daily energy delivery of 128,370.75 megawatt hour. Meanwhile, TCN's transmission wheeling capacity stands at 8,700 megawatts. The implication is clear. The national grid can currently transmit significantly more power than has ever been generated and supplied to it. TCN has consistently wheeled all available generation, demonstrating that the transmission network is ready to support higher levels of electricity delivery. TCN's record of achievement. Distinguished stakeholders, TCN's performance is best demonstrated by measurable results. Over the past few years, TCN has expanded the nation bulk wheeling capacity from about 7,000 megawatts to 8,700, adding 1,700 megawatts of transmission capability through strategic investment supported by the federal government and development partners. On March 4, 2024, as I said, the National Grid achieved a historical peak transmission record of 5,801.84 megawatts and a record daily energy delivery of 128,370.75 megawatt hour, the highest ever recorded in Nigeria's electricity industry. These milestones underscore the growing strength and reliability of the transmission network. Between January 2024 and November 2025, TCN commissioned 82 number transformers. These milestones underscore the growing strength and reliability of the transmission network. Between January 2024 and November 2025, TCN commissioned 82 number transformers adding approximately 8,500 MVA of transformation capacity nationwide, while also delivering key substations and transmission line projects that have improved grid reliability, redundancy, and operational flexibility across all geopolitical zones. TCN has also mobilized over $1.4 billion in development financing from the World Bank, AFDB, JICA, and AFD to support transmission expansion and modernization projects nationwide. In parallel, the company is advancing grid digitalization through the implementation of nationwide SCADA system, which will provide real-time network visibility, faster fault management, improved dispatch efficiency, and the foundation for future smart grid operation. These achievements demonstrate TCN commitment to strengthening Nigeria's transmission infrastructure, enhancing grid reliability, and positioning the sector to support future growth in electricity generation and delivery. Sector-wide challenges requiring coordinated national responses. Honorable Chairman and distinguished members, while TCN has recorded significant achievements, it is important to transparently acknowledge the key challenges facing the Nigerian electricity supply industry. First, vandalism and sabotage of transmission infrastructure continue to disrupt power supply, increase repair costs, and undermine investment in the sector. Protecting electricity infrastructure requires stronger security measures, community cooperation, and stricter legal deterrent. Secondly, persistent encroachment on transmission right of way creates safety risk, hinders maintenance activities, and constrains future network expansion. This calls for coordinated action among federal, state, and local authorities, supported by the stronger legal framework. Thirdly, expanding the grid to support Nigeria's long-term electricity needs requires substantial capital investment. While TCN has several critical projects ready for implementation, financing constraints, foreign exchange pressures, and counterpart funding requirements continue to affect project timelines. Fourthly, unlocking Nigeria's full generation potentials requires coordinated investment across the entire value chain. While TCN has expanded transmission capacity to 8,700 megawatts, increased generation dispatch, adequate energy supply to power plants, and stronger distribution network remain essential to delivering more electricity to consumers. Fifthly, The long-term sustainability of the sector depends on the financially viable electricity market, supported by cost-reflective tariff, improved revenue collection, stronger payment discipline, and a stable regulatory environment that encourages investment. And finally, land acquisition and community engagement challenges continue to affect the timely delivery of transmission projects. Streamlined processes, fair compensation mechanisms, and structured stakeholder engagement will significantly accelerate infrastructure development. These challenges are sector-wide and require coordinated action by government, regulators, security agencies, market participants, communities, and development partners. TCN remains committed to playing its part in building a stronger, more reliable, and more resilient electricity sector for Nigeria. Nigeria's reforms journey, building on stronger foundations. Honorable Chairman and distinguished members, Nigerian electricity sector has undergone extensive reforms over the past 2 decades, including unbundling of TCN, the establishment of NAC, Engr, REA reforms, the Presidential Power Initiative, and most recently, the Electricity Act 2023, which created the Nigerian Independent System Operator, NISO, and provides the framework for a more competitive and modern electricity market. Throughout these successive reform cycles, TCN has remained a stable and reliable institution, maintaining grid operations, expanding transmission infrastructure, strengthening technical capacity, and sustaining strong relationships with development partners. TCN fully supports the implementation of the Electricity Act 2023 and all government initiatives aimed at improving electricity supply. As a committed partner in sector transformation, TCN brings over $1.4 billion in active development financing, a workforce of more than 5,000 professionals, and over 5 decades of operational experience in managing Nigeria's national grid. Our call to action. Distinguished members of the National Assembly, the challenges facing the Nigerian electricity support industry are resolvable through coordinated legislative and executive action. TCN respectively calls for stronger legal protection of critical electricity infrastructure, a nationally consistent right-of-way protection framework, adequate and timely funding for priority transmission projects, full implementation of the Electricity Act 2023, continued effort to strengthen the financial sustainability of the electricity market, and coordinated investment across generation, gas supply, transmission, and distribution. Reliable electricity requires a sectoral approach, while TCN has developed and is implementing short, medium, and long-term transmission expansion plans. Achieving Nigeria's full electricity potential depends on aligned investments, supportive policies, regulatory certainty, and effective collaboration across the entire value chain. TCN remains fully committed to support the vision of the Electricity Act 2023 and working with government, regulators, investors, and other stakeholders to build a stronger, more reliable, and globally competitive power sector capable of driving Nigeria's economic growth and industrial development. The closing remark, sir. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chairman, and members of the committee, distinguished stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude with this. Nigeria's electricity challenges are well understood, and the solutions are already known. What is required now is sustained political will, coordinated action, and the effective implementation of existing plans, laws, and partnership. TCN has demonstrated strong delivery capacity with verifiable achievements including an 8,700 megawatt wheeling capacity, a historic peak transmission of 5,801.84 megawatts, and the record daily energy delivery of 128,370.75 megawatt hour. It has also commissioned 82 numbers transformers in 23 months, adding about 8,500 MVA, delivered major transmission upgrades such as the Ihobo turn-in turn-out on Benin Ajakuta 330 kV and the Bauchi turn-in turn-out on Jos Bauchi 330 kV single cycle lines, mobilized over $1.4 billion in development, financing, and advanced national SCADA development. TCN affirms that the transmission grid is ready and continues to expand and modernize with legislative support in terms of funding, policy direction, and oversight. The transmission network can remain backbone of the reliable modern electricity system for Nigeria. TCN commits to full collaboration with stakeholders and accountability for results, while reaffirming its dedication to delivering a stronger, more resilient grid in service of national development and the needs of all Nigerians. Thank you.